So a fund essentially is where money is pulled together. So let's say, for instance, you have a friendship group. So you all decide, okay, you're all gonna drop X amount of money down and bring that money together so that you can go and invest in something. So that's essentially how a fund works. You might have heard of active versus passive funds. So a passive fund essentially just tracks or mirrors a particular sector or index. So an index being, for example, something like the FTSE 100 or the S&P 500, right? It just tracks and mirrors the behaviors of the companies within that index or a particular sector. So active funds or active management is where there is somebody actively making investment decisions on behalf of investors who have trusted this person with their money. So then, depending on if this fund manager is generating profits or generating losses, the money is then passed back down to investors in a variety of forms, and then the cycle continues. So the whole purpose of this person is to do what's known as outperform the market and outperform their peers. So outperformance means basically to perform better than the market. And so they usually have benchmarks assigned to them, which are just like specific guidelines of the type of things that they can invest in. So for example, investing in equity in the UK, the benchmark for that would be the FTSE 100, so the list of the 100 biggest companies in the UK. So the manager's job is to perform better than all of those 100 companies within that index. So his or her job is to also outperform their peers, right? Because they're not the only person that's trying to do that. So there may be 100 different types of funds that are aiming for the same type of investments. So then it's left to see who's going to be the better decision maker. But there is a lot of background information behind the manager's decision, because typically it's not just one person, right? There is a research team, there's an analyst team whose job it is to follow companies, to read about companies, to meet with management and all of those kinds of things. So yeah, they do a lot of research and analysis, and then it's basically up to then the manager to use this research and analysis to then decide on how they want to invest the money.